it today because we've got full self-driving. I hurt my elbow. Let's go test it out. So yeah, word on the street is that Jordan has full self-driving now. We're on 2020.40.9. Let's go test it out. But first of all, head down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, all that kind of malarkey. But get in, come on, let's go. We've got some testing to do. Go, go. The first thing I'm going to show you guys that is I've not used before is parking, auto park. But it's auto park with a little difference. It parks in spaces. It's starting to recognize spaces. Now before, when I tested full self-driving, it didn't recognize spaces, but now it is. So I'm gonna pull up, there's some spaces over here on the left. You can have a look out the window. So what I'm gonna do is I'm pulling alongside them, and I'm gonna park where it's kind of sensible and press reverse and see if it comes up on the screen. A little parking symbol's come up here. So I'm gonna put it into reverse. And it's gonna try and reverse it behind this van here. Can you see that, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is behind here. Okay, I'm gonna press the start button. Hands are gonna be off the wheel, and as you can see, I'm not doing anything yet. Oh, that's a tight bend. Oh, there's a thing there, it's gonna stop. Stop! Stop, stop, it's gonna hit, it's gonna hit. Oh, wheel. I am so nervous about this. Oh, that's such a tight space. Why did it choose this one? I don't like this at all. Oh. Into the spot. It's doing it. Go on, little car. Come on. Oh, it's gonna stop. Okay, I think it's asking me to confirm I want to resume. Okay, I think I have to. Okay, what was the warning? Auto park aborted. Okay, well, anyway, it was going really well. I think that, to be fair, let me just show you how close the bollard is. It's quite close. I'm impressed with that. So I didn't notice this before. I've only just started noticing this, that it can park into spots. It's a bit iffy. I don't know how it's picking up the spots. So as soon as you get that park symbol, it'll go for it. But yeah, so that's auto park in a spot. Auto park is best for parallel parking. That's where people need a hand anyway, really, parallel parking. So let's go find somewhere to parallel park. Let's go. Okay, see if we can pull up here. So there's a red Porsche here. No, we need 2 cars, unfortunately. It's not going to do it. So guys, I'm just starting a trip now. The car, for me, I have it set on navigate on autopilot automatically. So as you can see over here, this is highlighted in blue. And look, so now we've got a traffic light coming up. So this is the traffic light stopping. So it says stopping in 200 feet. Now I just press my foot on the accelerator, the line goes green and it goes again. So what that means is, for the traffic light stops in the UK at least, this is in the UK, it will stop at every single traffic light. If it's red, if it's green, if it's amber, if it's yellow, it'll always stop. I had to take over there for the roundabout. It'll always stop. And what you do to keep it going is press your foot softly on the accelerator and it overrides it. So let's see if I can. Unfortunately, this is just a normal red light. So if you was, so it says stopping for traffic light control 300 feet. And it's got a red line, it would stop normally at the traffic lights. There's a car in front of us anyway. So let's see how it takes off. How is it going to take off in this situation? I actually don't know, because we're behind the car, I'm not 100% sure. Does it take off automatically? Okay, so it's going green. and I have to override it again. So now I just tapped my foot on the accelerator slightly. So you have to just tap your foot on the accelerator slightly so we can show you really well. There's a green light coming up here. The car's going to read it in a second, stopping for traffic light control in 600 foot. Now what I could do now is override that. So it's dinging me again, so I'm going to override it, tap the accelerator, that's it. The car will now go through the lights. So that's kind of how it works. We've got some traffic lights coming up again, and I'm going to not tap it just in case it goes red. Doesn't look like it's going to go red. I'm going to hit it. So I've just, oh no, yep, so look, it's stopping now. Okay, this is cool. So there you go, it stopped at the light. So it stopped at the red light. To go now, I don't know what I have to do. I don't know if I have to press accelerator or, so this is my first time trying it. We're going onto a roundabout, so I can't actually test it fully out, but I'll see if it goes through the lights. So let's have a look what happens. It's going green, and I had to press my accelerator. It wasn't doing anything. I don't know if it would have done something. If there was no traffic behind me, I'll give it a go again. And again, it wants to stop again, but we're gonna have my foot on the accelerator. So now we are back onto a road. I'll double tap the stalk down here. 1, 2, and we're in autopilot again. And that's it. I've got it set to 52, national speed limit. So this is a great point to show you guys as well. So we're on a 50 road now. The car's reading 50. And look at this, national speed limit's coming up. Try and get this in as well down here. So those national speed limits are going to be read by the cameras. That's a lie. Now it's 70, I can go up to 70. Okay, that system works. Okay, so something to note as well is how do you know you're in autopilot? The difference is between autopilot and full self-driving or navigate on autopilot is you get one blue line like this. So you get this single blue line, that means we're in navigate on autopilot. When we come out of navigate on autopilot, this will like kind of split. As you can see, we're not, okay, so lane change, brilliant. So, confirm lane change. So I'm just tapping the steering, the stalk here. And it's cancelled, I think. So I'm gonna do it again. And I'm not just turning the car, it's doing it all itself. And that's kind of it. So I'm still navigating on autopilot. And it wants to go back now. Perfect. So what the car is doing is suggesting, the car suggests when it thinks you should change lane. So say you're behind someone slow, it will suggest to change lane. If it thinks you need to be in a certain lane to carry on going on your journey, it will suggest you to change lane. And all you have to do is use the indicator to confirm it. It's good because you don't have to come out of autopilot. That's why I've actually started to like the auto lane change. It's pretty cool. Mildly better than autopilot, just a little bit better than autopilot. So what do I make of the traffic light stops? As it stands right now, I'm not that impressed by them because they require so much confirmation from us to press the accelerator and stuff like that. I don't feel like it's auto in a way, you know. It's pretty cool. The only time I thought it was cool is when we came to a red and there was no one in front of me the one time. Okay, let's see if it suggests a lane change here. We've got a car that's really slowed us down. Yep. Moving to a faster lane. We're doing 37 now, so watch the speed. Let's see if it speeds up properly. 40, 50. Yeah, so it picks up pace quite safely. And now it's saying move back over. And there you go. So for me, that is a handy feature. Guys, there is a nice example of lane change and the traffic lights in the UK on 2020.40.9. For me, they're really impressive, but they're not worth £6,800. So why is this system costing £6,800? Let's try and test it out some more and find out why that is. Let's go! So we've just done over 100 miles. I'm really intent on showing you the navigate on autopilot doing an exit. unfortunately, where we're going right now, we're heading towards a roundabout, but I'm interested to see what happens at this roundabout. So we're heading towards a roundabout at 70 miles per hour. It says reduce speed now, 65, 64, 60. Now we're in the back of a lorry. So there's traffic lights at this roundabout, so that might help us out here. Seeing the traffic lights, I can't even see the traffic lights. Look at our view. You can't even see the traffic lights. Okay, now I can see the traffic lights. And hit the accelerator. So it's all the traffic lights before me. I've hit the accelerator. That's confirmed it can go through. I'm going to stay behind this lorry by the looks of it. It's doing it. And I'm going to take over there just because there's a guy behind me who is outraged. And rightly so, rightly so. So, guys, that is that. We're going to go supercharged now. But I will get the car doing a slip road, hopefully, very shortly. The car is slowing down for the roundabout. I'm not doing this. Let's see how it looks when it gets to the end of the roundabout. Let's see if it stops before it gets to the end. Oh, it's done all this itself. So it's slowed down. It's still 70 miles an hour here. And now I'll take over. Well, I probably left it a little bit late. Wow! So, navigating on autopilot will give you a warning when it's not going to, when it's going to end. So it'll say it's going to end soon. And then when it ends, it's pretty decent. It rolled into the roundabout and it slowed safely for the roundabout. So the speed limit was still 70 miles per hour. Now, usually on autopilot, what that used to happen is that the car would continue at 70 miles per hour all the way up right into the roundabout. So now the car has started to slow down for bends, slow down as it approaches like junctions and roundabouts and stuff. That's really good. So another thing that's kind of been amazing is the lane changing. So for me, changing the lane in standard autopilot isn't that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. You have to take it out of autopilot by just like tugging at the wheel a little bit, then you will turn very slightly, then you go back into autopilot. Not having to do that is actually quite nice. Which is, yeah, so it does make a difference. Still not £6,800. Still not, maybe £500 difference. I've upped my pricing now. But yeah, the biggest thing that I would try and explain about autopilot is that we have now traveled over 200 miles. I don't feel like I've driven 200 miles. You do get the same with autopilot. Full self-driving is just that little bit more. I would only say 1% more. When you're doing long journeys, autopilot is fantastic. I've said this before. In autopilot, I think we worked it out that it was 97% of the drive was done in autopilot. I think in this, we'd probably get 98%, just because the lane changes before were taking some time. Obviously, we're not coming out of autopilot anymore for that. But it's so hard to explain. And I saw someone on Twitter say this recently. It's like you're the passenger. And it's quite hard to talk about because some people think, oh, you're a careless driver. Like, you're not being safe, you're not checking. If you feel like you're a passenger and you can enjoy your surroundings more, you're not being a safe driver. It's not that you're doing that, it's that your driving's changed. The way you drive has completely changed to the point where you are kind of a passenger in the vehicle and it's like a pilot. Compare myself to a pilot. But like when pilots are flying, they use an autopilot system. They use an autopilot system that basically does everything for them. But they sit there and they check the controls. They don't just fall asleep. They don't stop checking. But they probably feel kind of like a passenger for the duration that it's in autopilot, and then they'll do the landing and stuff. Well done, pilots. You're basically me. I'm joking. That is definitely a joke, but it's true. So you feel so fresh when you arrive to the destination. We need to be turning off to Carlisle, up and coming lane change. So we want to be in this left-hand lane, so the car's trying to get us in there now, which is cool. So I'm going to get in after this lorry. And then it should take us off. So this is the first one I've got where it's coming off a junction. So this, hopefully we'll get to see it. So look, you can see Carlisle up there. It's got us into these two lanes. Let's see which lane it picks, right or left. Sticking with the right one. And here we go. didn't really put, was already put us in the lane. The car made me get into that lane, so it made me get into the correct lane, which is nice. It's a nice little feature. It's like sat nav, but better, because it's sort of going, hey dummy, you're in the wrong lane, get over. So that's pretty cool. That definitely helps with navigating. When I'm on a long drive like this, every so often I'll miss a junction. I don't have the voice on. The voice does my head in when we're listening to music, so I turn the voice off. So something like that, there's a like boop, dinging up, boom, Jordan, boop, boop, you're in the wrong lane, ding dong. I'm not even doing anything. This is why it's so amazing. I cannot wait for full self-driving, beta in the UK. Some people are saying it's never gonna happen. Elon, please accidentally leak it to the UK so we get accidental data that proves that it's amazingly safe. I'll accidentally be happily accidental to try it out. Anyway guys, so the car is asking me to get into this lane here because we are turning off again for Carlisle. So click that the one time. There we go. It's gonna read these speed signs now. 50s. Takes us down to 70. Okay, didn't read them ones unfortunately. So we're 0.8 miles. Okay, watch this guys. We're gonna see if it does it. It's gonna ask me to turn into Carlisle, I guess. So we're in the wrong lane right now. I'll drive the wrong way if this car doesn't sort me out right now. Come on car, you're in the wrong lane. You're in the wrong lane. There you go. And that is that again. Similar to before, it's not taking me off a junction because it was like 4 lanes prior. So hopefully we get another one where it'll peel me off a junction. But that is us on the way to Carlisle. Got a tight bend coming up. Let's see how it deals with this. Ready? Going around a truck at the same time, over a bridge. Do you know what's so amazing is that I've noticed with the full self-driving system? It's got so much better, so quickly. So we're on 2020.40.9, I think. It's got so much better. Let's see if we can merge into a lane here. Got a truck coming up there. I don't know if this lane's gonna squeeze. Oh, it's already doing this for me. I didn't put the indicator on then. That was nice. I didn't put the indicator on, it did it itself. So the system's got so much better, like going around corners and bends and stuff like that. When I first got autopilot was actually a bit of a problem. Whereas now it's so disciplined, it's better than me. So we're pulling off at Abington Services, 0.4 miles as you can see. Let's see if it does it. I don't know if I need to indicate, we'll see. I'll tell you if I intervene or put the indicator on. So I can see the junction that I want. It's all the way down there in the distance. Let's have a look. Is it going to do it? Okay, Abington. Okay, I'm just going to get ready to turn because it might not do it. I don't know if it needs an indicator or whatnot. Nope, it's done it all itself. Whoa! That was so cool. So it did it all itself, guys. So now it's saying 50 feet, 20 feet. It's going to take, okay, I've got it. Well, I've not got it, you've got it still. You still got it, still doing it. Slowing down around this corner. It's trying to decide if this is 2 lanes or 1. So this is what happens, look at it here quickly. Autopilot navigation complete, please use accelerator to resume. But that's really cool, so the car, I wonder why they can't do auto lane change then if they're allowed to take you off a main road. That seems like a bigger deal to me. So the car turned off the road for you, so you can't miss a junction like that because the car's gonna turn you off. Wow, so we're at Abington Superchargers. I'm gonna charge up now, but that was amazing. So we're driving along, the car said get in this lane, so I got in the lane, and then as we approached the junction, the car indicated left and pulled us off. That's amazing. So we are in Penrith. We're driving through the, what is this called?
Roads.
Penrith National Park. Basically, these roads are really, really windy. We're just about to go into it now. Let's do a little shot of going through the windy roads and having a look at that. Let's do a little time lapse or something. And go! So, as you can see, it handled that like an absolute treat. So we're in the North Pennines, that's what I was trying to say earlier. And so far, autopilot has been amazing. The difference in the systems, guys, this is what I'm trying to give you, the consumer advice, is what is the difference in the systems, because I've gone from standard autopilot to full self-driving, that's what I've purchased. Over a 400-mile journey, which is the biggest journey you're gonna do in the UK, in my opinion, you're not gonna be doing much more than that. What is the difference? Not that much. If I'm being honest, not that much. Not enough to spend £6,800. So, if you're thinking about buying full self-driving, just for the fact that you get the system that you get right now, my advice to you is don't do it. Stick with the autopilot. Standard autopilot is great, it's amazing. And also, as you can see, I'm giving an honest and open opinion. I'm not just a blindless Tesla fanboy who's going to tell you to buy it for no reason. There would be no reason to buy it, really. Lane change isn't that great, but it's probably worth around, I'd pay for what it is right now for £1,000 for this current full self-driving system. The future system is why I purchased full self-driving. I purchased full self-driving because as soon as I saw those FSD beta testers in America testing it all out and training the car and everything, I thought straight away, I need me some of that. So that's why I spent £6,800, and I do genuinely believe in the future this will definitely be worth more because it's got full self-driving on it. It is not right now. It is not right now. In fact, when I buy the Model X, that is something I intend on exploiting, which I'll do a video about another time. Really, if you're buying full self-driving right now in the UK, the only reason you should be buying it is for an investment for the future, and it's such a risky investment as well. You shouldn't really be buying full self-driving if you plan on selling a car soon. You shouldn't be, even if you're selling your car within the next 2 years, do not buy full self-driving, it's just not worth it. Don't buy it for its utility. Autopilot is amazing. The systems are so close, like they're so close, that on a 400-mile journey, it's not really made that much of a difference. What do you think, Will? Do you think you've seen much of a difference? The lane change has been nice.
Lane change is nice.
But not enough to...
It feels a little smoother.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit smoother. I think that isn't to do with the upgrade. I don't think. I think that's just to do with the update, the fact that we're on a newer version. But with that being said, on that trip down to Scotland the first time, autopilot did a few phantom brakes, full self-driving didn't on the last 200 miles of the journey. That could just be coincidence. We have had one phantom brake on this trip, which was quite a bad phantom brake.
Yeah.
There was a truck pulling out quite far ahead of us, so maybe it thought that was a danger, but apart from that, it's been kind of amazing. But worth £6,800?
No.
Not yet, no, not yet. I still think it would be good if they could have offered full self-driving in the UK for cheaper. But the Navigator on autopilot's been really good as well. I can't see myself going the wrong way with Navigate on autopilot or missing an exit. It's not. The car can do it, and when the car pulled off at the junction, that was amazing. I think for me, the biggest thing is when I get a taste of genuine autonomy, like it pulling off at the junction and stuff like that, when they start doing auto lane change as opposed to change it with the indicator, that will be a big difference. That feeling that it's autopilot, that it's real autonomy, will be a big difference. And I'm so invested in the full self-driving plan for the future that I was happy to take that risk. So that's the decision that you need to make. Is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk if full self-driving never gets approved in the UK? I might have to hang on to this car for 10 years before I can get that investment back. Maybe that's something I'll do, I'm not too sure yet. But I know I'm gonna see this car for the next 3 or 4 years because William's gonna have it. So we're gonna have this car for sure for the next 3 or 4 years. So for me, that's a decision I wanted to make. But with everything that being said, there's my opinion. If you're thinking about buying it for the features that it has right now versus the free autopilot you get, I wouldn't do it, it's not worth it. If you're thinking about buying it for more in the future and future updates, then yes, it is definitely worth doing. But there is some speculation involved in my opinion. So, you know, maybe do your research on that. Guys, thank you for watching. I've had a wonderful drive back from Scotland again, in some terrible weather, and the car has been an absolute trooper. The supercharging network has been amazing. I love Tesla, love the company. If you're thinking about buying a Tesla, there's a link in the description below. A massive shout out to everyone who's been using that. Literally, to Scotland and back is 1,000 supercharging miles. Like, that's probably about how many supercharging miles I'm getting for each time I go to Scotland and back. So it's been like a massive help, so I do appreciate it a lot. Congratulations to all you guys who have bought the Teslas as well. There's quite a few of you now, so salute to you guys. You guys are the MVPs, or anyone who made it this far, you're an MVP as well. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, share it on Twitter, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.